At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we would ask that you please rise as we honor America and those who defend her with the playing of our national anthem.
Welcome everybody to Headlock Field, where in today's game is between the Biddeford Tigers and your Portland Bulldogs. And while Portland warms up on the field, the starting lineup for Biddeford: in center field, number 7, Dom Smith. At catcher, number 11, Caden Langevin. Pitching, number 14, Gavin Haggett. At first base, number 13, Gino Morello. At shortstop, number 10, Travis Edgerton. DH, number 6, Jacob Kaiser. At second, number 9, Jake Samalov. In left field, number 2, Matt Gonville. And at third base is number 4, Ben DeShoto. And right field, not batting, number 5, Carter Vigor. And Dom Smith takes the batter's box. And he will be facing Lucas Milliken. And that one's close to hitting Smith. It's blooped into shallow. And Allen there to get the first out.
And a nice high five by his teammate.
So 2 pitches, 1 away, bringing up Caden Langevin. Up high for ball 1. And both teams not where they want to be, as it's popped up in the infield and in and out of the glove of Milliken. So it's an error on Milliken.
The only thing I can think about what this discussion's about is one of the infielders needed to call off the pitcher, because he had to kind of twist around and look where that ball was. And if an infielder had come in, it would have been right in front of them. So that's the only thing I can think of is it's this visit to the mound. It's all about.
And now batting is Gavin Haggett. In there for strike 1. And so both teams on a streak where they're not in the winner column. 1-5 is Biddeford's record in the last 6, and Portland's dropped their last 4. It's high into the outfield. So Langevin at second. It's a 2-1 count. In there for strike 2. Both teams in their last game, Portland against Deering and Biddeford against South Portland, both came down to the last innings. And it's a...
Oh no.
And I'm not sure if the batter is out. And it was...
So now, what are we doing here? Wow.
So it's 1-0.
That was the craziest play. I think they thought it was a strike, and he threw it down to first.
So Gino Mariello at the plate. Nobody on.
And you at home you can on YouTube rewatch that play. The catcher threw it away, and the runner scored on I think that would have been a walk, right?
It would have been it was a swing for strike 3 as Regan Buck will get under the third out. I believe that was a strikeout, and it went past the first baseman. It went over his head, and
I thought I heard the umpire say something about calling it a ball. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he called it a strike, but I think the catcher thought it was a strike, and he threw it down there. So I don't know. Maybe we can get an answer at some point. I don't know.
And so Biddeford brings one around, and so after half an inning complete, it's Biddeford 1, Portland coming up. Here we go. As Biddeford warms up, the starting lineup for Portland. In left field, number 2 is Hunter Temple. Pitching, number 6 is Lucas Milliken. In center field, number 5, Regan Buck. The DH for today is number 19, Connor Daniels. Catching is number 1, Jacob Johnson. At shortstop, number 3, Cam Allen. At second base, number 12, Lucas Legage. At third base, number 4, Elliot Kimball. And in right field, number 17 is Joe Mancini. And not batting is Bailey Jordan at first base. And here we go. Hunter Temple leading things off for Portland in the bottom of the first.
Leading out for the Bulldogs, the left fielder, number 2, Hunter Temple.
First pitch is right down the pipe.
Yeah, it's had a good pop sound to it.
Swing and a miss for strike 2.
Yep. certainly sounds like nice pitching. Ooh.
Just outside for ball one.
Wow. Took a little off on that one. Tried to get him on the outside corner. Nice pitch.
Swing and a miss for strike three.
The Bulldog pitcher number 6, Lucas Milliken.
So Lucas Milliken now up with one away. On the outside part of the plate for strike one. Down low for ball one. Fouled back. It's a 1-2 count. And strike three.
Wow. He is painting the outside of that plate.
The center fielder number 5, Regan Buck.
So Regan Buck at the plate. In the dirt for ball one.
Ooh.
And there for strike one. Swing and a miss for strike two. That's hit to Samalov and fires it to first to get the third out. So a 1-2-3 inning for Biddeford. And so the score after one is Biddeford 1, Portland nothing. Here we go for the top of the second. Travis Edgerton at the plate. Swing and a miss for strike one. Outside for ball one. It's a 1-1 count. It's ball two. It's ripped into right center. He's going to go three. And it's a stand-up triple by Edgerton.
Yeah, that was a beautiful hit. Certainly was not going to be caught.
The designated hitter number 6, Jacob Kaiser.
So Jacob Kaiser at the plate. Infield in. It's ball one.
Well, Biddeford with a good chance of adding to their lead.
In there for strike one. Outside for ball two. It's a 2-1 count.
Yeah, they're going to have to be real careful here. And it's tough. Second inning already with the infield in.
And it's hit to Mancini. Mancini will fire in. And it's a sacrifice fly for Kaiser.
Well, he certainly did his job. You know, you like for a sac fly on the first out of an inning.
Jake Samoilov.
Jake Samalov at the plate, rips it into right, and Mancini tracks it down.
He certainly played that one right.
The left fielder, number 2.
In right.
Matt Galville.
Matt Gonville at the plate. Looks at strike 1.
And sometimes with that sun, and the sun's in his eyes.
And that's hit to Allen. Allen will field it, throw it over, and Jordan able to get the low throw. But Biddeford puts one more on the board, and so after 1.5 innings, it's Biddeford 2, Portland nothing.
No errors, none left. Connor Daniels.
Here we go for the bottom of the second. Connor Daniels leading things off for Portland.
Well, Portland's now got their work cut out for them.
It's ball 1. In there for strike 1, 1-1 count. Curves over for strike 2.
Wow. He can definitely throw a strike when he wants to.
Swing and a miss. For strike 3, that is the third K for Gavin Haggett. Jacob Johnson now at the plate for Portland. In the dirt for ball 1.
I think the catcher may have clipped his ear. Yeah, I mean, with the helmets, if the ball's coming straight at you, that's one thing. But if it bounces straight up, it could go a little bit underneath the back of that mask, which I think that's what happened.
Swing and a miss for strike 1.
And one's a wild on the board. Batter 1, 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out.
In the dirt for ball 2.
Well, uniform number 1, not batter 1.
In the dirt for ball 3. It's a 3-1 count.
And that's the first 3-ball count on any batter. Wow. And that's
The Bulldog shortstop, number 3, Cam Allen.
So Cam Allen comes up. with one away. Langevin out to talk to Haggett.
Yeah, things were going along swimmingly until this batter. I think the pitcher was in a rhythm, and when the catcher needed a few minutes, could have potentially taken a little rhythm away.
Swing and a miss for strike one. Right down the middle for strike two. Right down the middle for strike three.
Well, maybe it's back.
So that's 4 Ks for Gavin Haggett.
The second baseman, number 12, Lucas Legage.
And in the last game for Portland, they struck out 14 times. Lucas Legage swinging at the first pitch. Outside for ball one. That's hit up the middle. Smolov will fire over to first to get the third out. So the 1-out walk does not come back to bite Biddeford. And so after 2 complete, it's Biddeford 2, Portland nothing. Here we go for the top of the third. Ben Dakota at the plate. It's 1-0 count. On the outside corner for strike one. It's hit into shallow right. And Mancini there to get the out.
The center fielder, number 7, Dom Smith.
Dom Smith at the plate. It's a 1-0 count. And it's ripped into left.
Nice hard hit ball. And once again, Biddeford with a base runner.
Caden Langevin at the plate.
Was that the top of the order?
It was, yes. On the outside corner for strike one.
So now we're going through the order again. So we'll see how each batter reacts now that they've seen the pitcher once.
Smith takes off. Ball's in the dirt.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Don. Don pointed out major leagues are wild. Uniform number 11, 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out.
In the dirt. And Smith back to second.
Nice, quick finding the ball by the pole and catcher saved that runner for Biddeford, making it to third.
In the dirt, and this time it gets past Johnson.
Yeah. Well, and the thing too is Johnson, you know, he was up a little higher than normal.
Right back to the pitcher. And an easy out.
Well, I'll tell you, you know, as a pitcher, smart play. Look the runner back, throw over to first. He knew he had plenty of time, kept his composure.
Gavin Haggett at the plate can help himself out here. And that hit him.
Well, he certainly didn't try to get out of the way, but he certainly didn't try to get hit either. He just shifted his body, and it still hit him.
First baseman, number 13, Gino Mariello.
Gino Mariello at the plate. Runners on the corner. Pitch in the dirt for ball one. It's fouled back. One and one count. And Haggett takes second.
Yeah, that bag was going to be taken no matter what, whatever the pitch count was.
It's a 1-2 count. Fouled back. Right up the middle. So that brings home Smith.
Yeah, and as we saw in an earlier game that we did against Noble, I think you know not to run against the center fielder and try to make it home.
And Travis Edgerton at the plate. It's ball one. In the dirt.
Well, the one thing I've noticed too is the Biddeford players, you know, they're very cautious about being on the bases when the ball gets away. You know, because you certainly don't want to run into an out.
It's a 3-0 count. Right down the middle for strike one. And it's ball four. Bases are loaded.
The designated hitter, number 6, Jacob Kaiser.
Are we going to have a base runner? We are. Number 17 going into second. Number 17, Don. Took second base. And we're trying to look up his name.
Now running at second base, number 17, Ash Sars.
Is that Ash Sars?
So Ash Sars at second. Jacob Kaiser at the plate. Ball 2. And it's into right. That's going to score 2. And a close play at the plate. Sars coming around to score. Mancini made that closer than Biddeford probably thought.
Baseman number 9, Jake Samoilov.
And unfortunately, with a one-camera operation here, I widened it out in case he threw to another base. And didn't get a close-up of the play at home.
Jake Samalov at the plate. It's over the plate for strike 1. And Kaiser taking second. Fouled back. 1-2 count. Staying alive. Outside for ball 2. And at this rate, all the baseballs are going to be in the stands.
Well, one player's got one, so we'll see what happens.
Ball 3.
Ugh. Tough half inning here for Portland.
And that's hit to Allen. Allen will have to eat it.
That was the right play, though. He had no place to throw it. Just hold on to the ball, give up just one run. But at least he kept it in the infield because it could have been a possibility of another run coming in. So that was a good play.
And Matt Gonville up.
And he's the left fielder, number 2, Matt Gonville.
So 1-1 count to Gonville. And Samalov taking second. It's a 2-1 count. over the plate for strike 2.
And 2's a wild.
And it's a foul tip for strike 3.
Well, and I got to quickly say, Don just said that I'm learning. I think I've finally graduated after 4 years of watching the scoreboard with Don. So I think my accreditation just came through.
And so Biddeford puts 4 on the board in the top of the 3rd. So after 2.5 complete, it's Biddeford 6, Portland nothing. Here we go for the bottom of the 3rd. Elliot Kimball at bat. Ball's in the dirt.
The only thing impacting the Biddeford pitcher at this point is the long wait in between innings for him.
And there for strike 1. And Portland not helping themselves out in the top of the 3rd. Swing and a miss for strike 2.
Yeah, that was a tough top of the 3rd.
Two and two count. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And I have to note that both the first and the second had strikeouts for the first 2 outs and then second to first for the 3rd out. As Joe Mancini is at the plate.
So there's a pattern going on here.
Yes.
First 2 batters strike out, and then the 3rd batter grounds to second.
With a walk in there. And so far, other than that walk, Gavin is throwing a perfect game. And there is almost a hit.
You talk about playing a batter perfectly. That was it.
Number 2, Hunter Temple.
Hunter Temple.
I mean, that was a hard hit ball for Portland with nothing to show for it.
It's up high for ball 1. And this will be Hunter Temple's second time up. He struck out in the top of the 1st. Ball 2. Ball 3. And that's a walk.
The pitcher, number 6, Lucas Milliken.
Yeah, I just wonder if he wasn't giving Hunter anything to hit.
And that's caught by Edgerton. And so 1 pitch after letting up a walk, it's a quiet hit that Edgerton had to move to his left.
After 3 innings complete,
And so
Biddeford 6,
Portland does not capitalize on the walk. And so after 3 complete, it's Biddeford 6, Portland nothing.
The third baseman, number 4,
Here we go for the top of the 4th. Ben Dakota at the plate. It's a 1-1 count. And Descoto led off the top of the 3rd.
So they did have 9 batters up in the top of the 3rd.
They did, yes. And so the next batter will be the start of the 3rd time through the batting order for Biddeford. And that's ripped into center, but Buck tracks it. So that brings up the top of the lineup, Dom Smith.
Well, Portland does have a very reliable center fielder, both for getting the ball and throwing the ball from center field and getting batters out at home.
And it looked like he did go around, so it's an 0-1 count.
Ooh. Ooh, he's saying that he... Is he saying that he didn't, that he leaned into it? Or he didn't try to get out of the way? I mean, we did see a... Well, in the opinion of the catcher, I mean the umpire, he said he sort of leaned into it a little. Well, and you know, as a coach, that's just a hill you don't want to try to go up on.
It's a 2-1 count.
Yes.
It's a 3-1 count. Swing and a miss for strike 2. That's ripped into left. Temple tracks it down.
Now we have the catcher, number 11, Caden Langevin.
So Caden Langevin at the plate with 2 away. In the dirt for ball 1. Ball 2. That's hit to Allen. Allen backhands it, fires over to first.
Oh, beautiful.
And gets the 3rd out. And so that's the first clean inning for Portland. And so after 3.5 complete, it's Biddeford 6, Portland nothing. Here we go for the bottom of the 4th. Regan Buck leading things off for Portland. It's inside for ball 1. Up high for ball 2. Drops on the inside corner for strike 1. Swing and a miss for strike 2.
Just out of reach. Once again, he's doing those outside corner plate pitches.
Swing and a miss.
The designated hitter, number 19, Connor Daniels.
So that was the 6K for Haggett. Connor Daniels now at the plate. Drops in there for strike 1. Ball 3. And it's popped up.
Whoa,
And
that was a little bit of an adventure.
Ben having to reach back. And the flag in center field is facing away from the stadium. So the wind pushing that towards the outfield.
Just tall enough to reach it.
Jacob Johnson at the plate. Right down the middle for strike 1. In the dirt. Strike 2.
Well, he's definitely been over the plate. It's just the pulling batters are struggling to hit the ball.
And that pitch runs Johnson off out of the batter's box. It's a full count, 2 away. 3-2 pitch is swung and miss for the 7th K for Haggett. And so a 1-2-3 inning for Biddeford. And so after 4 complete, it's Biddeford 6, Portland nothing. Here we go for the top of the 5th. Gavin Haggett leading things off. And we have a switch. Milliken is now in left, and Hunter Temple is now pitching. It's a 1-1 count. 2-1 count. Swing and a miss for strike 2.
That was a beautiful pitch. Just far enough away from the batter. Ooh.
It's a full count.
I think if he was a righty, he would have called him out.
It's in the dirt.
The first baseman, number 13, Gino Mariello.
Now batting is Gino Mariello. And the ball is by Johnson. So nothing going right so far in the top of the 5th for Portland.
You know, and I'm sure at this point, you know, Biddeford doesn't want to be like stealing bases, but the ball bounced so far away.
And it's popped in the infield. Allen underneath it will get the first out.
Well, you like a nice, easy out, and you got one.
The Biddeford shortstop, number 10, Travis Edgerton.
Travis Edgerton at the plate. Fouled back. Up high for ball 1. Low and inside for ball 2. In the dirt for ball 3. And down low for ball 4. So runners on first and second.
The designated hitter, number 6, Jacob Kaiser.
So Jacob Kaiser now up. That drops on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. And that just goes foul. That's hit to Allen. We'll flip it to first. And not a good throw by LeGage to first.
Yeah, took him off the bag, but thankfully it wasn't too high that the first baseman could get it. So it wasn't an overthrow, but it wasn't an out either.
Jake Samoylov.
Jake Samoylov at the plate. It was ball 1. And Kaiser takes off.
Well, the only thing about that is that now it frees up the first baseman to play a lefty.
In the dirt for ball 3.
You know, before he's holding him on the bag, there was a big hole over there on the right side of the field for a left-handed batter, and that hole is no longer there. But
And ball 4.
when the batter walks, it doesn't matter now.
The left fielder, number 2, Matt Gonaville.
Matt Gonaville at the plate. Bases loaded. And that's hit to Allen, who had to drift to his left. But Portland gets the third out.
Yeah, that was a nice catch.
And so Portland gets their second clean inning. And so after 4.5 complete, it's Biddeford 6, Portland nothing. And here we go for the bottom of the 5th. Cam Allen leading things off for Portland.
How about make a nice play, get a hit? What do you say?
It would be great for Portland to get things rolling on the offensive side.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get the first hit for the Portland side here.
Fouled back into the net. It's a 1-1 count.
Oh, jeez. The pitcher throws the ball past the catcher. Then the catcher gets the ball and throws it past the pitcher.
Swing and a miss for strike 2. It's a 2-2 count.
Yeah, had him tied right up.
It's hit into center. And Smith tracking it down. So Lucas Legage at the plate with one away. It's foul tipped for strike 1. It's a 1-1 count. Ball is inside for ball 2. In the dirt for ball 3.
Yeah, I don't think the pitcher for Biddeford's thrown a lot of pitches this game either.
Swing and a miss for strike 2. And that
Ooh.
dropped in there.
Wow.
The third baseman,
Elliot
number 4,
Kimball
Kimball.
at the plate.
That was a nasty pitch.
So that's 8 Ks on the day for Haggett. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Up high for ball 1. Swing and a miss for strike 2. And swing and a miss for strike 3. That's 9 Ks on the day. And so after 5 complete, it's Biddeford 6, Portland nothing. Here we go for the top of the 6th. And Ben hits it to Allen. Allen misplays it.
That was Ben Dakota leading off the top of the 6th for Biddeford.
So Descoto gets on way of error. Dom Smith now up.
Yeah, I think he just took his eye off on just trying to see where the runner was before he got the ball.
And that's up the middle. And another error.
Oh, so it's actually a hit. The official scorer, Don, said it hit the bag.
The catcher, number 11, Caden Langevin.
Caden Langevin now up.
Thanks for the correction, Don.
And that's hit to Mancini. And neither runner advances.
The pitcher, number 14, Gavin Haggett.
So Gavin Haggett now batting. And there for strike 1. That's ripped into right. And that's going to warning track. That's going to score 1.
That ball was ripped, but I have to say what great hustle by the right fielder out there for Portland to track that ball down and only let 1 run come in.
So Gino Mariello.
The first baseman, number 13, Gino Mariello.
No, we have a pinch hitter. It's number 8,
Pinch hitter number 8.
Sam Kaiser.
Did you get that, Don?
Your attention, batting for Marial is number 8, Sam Kaiser.
It's a 1-0 count. In the dirt.
Ooh.
And that's going to score both runs. Johnson trying to throw it to Temple. And as Smith was coming in, it hit him. And Haggett came around and scored.
That was a heads-up play by Haggett. He came all the way from second base on that.
And that is a walk to Kaiser. So Kaiser is on at first. Travis Edgerton now at the plate. Been there for strike one. And that's hit to left. And Joe Mancini there to get the second out.
He's had some good hot balls hit to him tonight directly at him, with the exception of the one that went to the warning track. But he's positioned himself pretty well out there on right.
So Jacob Kaiser at the plate. It's a 1-0 count. In there for strike one. It's fouled back. That's just foul. It's a 2-2 count. And the dirt for ball three. That's hit into shallow left. And Allen getting there for the third out. And so Biddeford adds 3 more to the score. So after 5.5 complete, it's Biddeford 9, Portland nothing. And here we go for the bottom of the 6th. Joe Mancini leading things off. Up high for ball 1. That's hit into center for the first hit. So that breaks up the no-hitter.
Well, in a game where it's 9-0, you got to have to find some happy notes and satisfaction, and that's one of them.
And that's by the catcher.
Well, and the only other thing, too, is to take that goose egg off the scoreboard. So Portland now has a chance to do that, too.
And Hunter Temple at the plate for Portland. 1-0 count. Mancini on at second now.
Ooh. Whoa.
And the last two pitches for Haggett have been wild. And that prompts a mound visit.
Yeah, the only thing I can think about this mound visit is that the pitcher was a little angry with himself giving up a hit. He was so close to a no-hitter, and you could see one of the baseball players giving him a big hug there just to say, hey, it's okay. It's 9-0. It's, be nice to have a no-hitter, but it's 9-0.
And Portland still has 6 outs to work with.
Right.
And you don't want to give them any momentum.
I think at this point you just pick your battles and try to win the ball game.
That's hit into center. Smith tracks it.
Well, and that mound visit paid off. One pitch and out.
And Lucas Milliken now up. That curves over. That's hit into center. And a great catch by Jake Smolov.
Jeez.
Terrific jumping catch at second base by Jake Samoilov.
Well, and there you go. And Jake, I'm sure, said to his pitcher, we got you here.
The center fielder, number 5, Regan Buck.
So Regan Buck now up. It's a 1-0 count. Swing and a miss for strike one. It's fouled back. It's a 2-2 count.
Ooh.
And it was in the dirt. So Mancini moved over to third. It's a 3-2 count, 2 outs. It's fouled back.
Good little battle going on here.
Fouled back again. And that's ball 4.
Well, Portland's not going to go away quietly here.
The designated hitter, number 19, Connor Daniels.
So that brings up Connor Daniels. And there for strike 1. High for ball 1. It's a 1-1 count. Mancini at third. Buck at first. And Haggett steps off.
Little confusion between the pitcher and catcher.
And Buck takes off. That's hit right to Samalov to end the inning. And what turned out to be a shaky start. Biddeford battled back to get those 3 outs without letting up any runs.
Yeah, you know, it's... And the second baseman played a big part in this half inning, so, you know, a little bit of a battle.
And so after 6 complete, it's Biddeford 9, Portland nothing. Here we go for the top of the 7th.
It's a pinch hitter, and I can't see him. Number 15.
Correction, batting for Samarlov is number 15, Peyton Blaze.
Peyton Blaze now batting. Pinch hitting for Jake Samelov. It's a 2-0 count. And it's a swing and a miss for strike 1. It's a 2-1 count.
Oh, and that clipped the catcher. Umpire giving the catcher a few extra seconds.
In there for strike 2. And that's hit to Kimball. And gets the first out.
The first baseman, number 2, Matt Gonneville.
So Matt Gonneville at the plate. It's over the plate for strike 1. hit into center. Buck there to get the out.
The third baseman, number 4, Ben DeCoto.
Ben Discoto. Up. Slow for ball 1. Ball 2. 2-0 count. Allen ranges over, fires, and gets the out.
That's a major league play right there. Scoop and throw.
3 up and 3 down in the Biddeford 7th.
And so that was a 1-2-3 inning for Portland. And so after 6.5 complete, it's Biddeford 9, Portland nothing. Here we go for the bottom of the 7th. Portland has 3 outs to work with. Leading things off is Jacob Johnson. Ball 1. A swing and a miss for strike 1, a 1-1 count. That hits the bag, and Jacob Johnson with an unlucky bounce.
I guess. I thought that ball was going foul, and hopefully I caught the ball hitting the bag. I think I did, but I did catch the ball retrieval and the out. But that was pretty amazing.
So Cam Allen batting. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
So we've had a ball hit the second base bag and the first base bag.
It's a ball. It's a 1-1 count. Fouled back.
Well, when we're here with the Sea Dogs, there's so many people, you don't get to hear the ball hit that loudly in the sound carry, but it does now.
And it's a strikeout for the second out.
The second baseman, number 12, Lucas Legage.
And Lucas Legage up with 2 outs. Swing and a miss for strike 1. It curves over for strike 2. And swing and a miss for strike 3.
Yeah, tough ball game for Portland.
In the Portland 7th.
And we'll get the handshakes. Tough game.
Biddeford had 9 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. Portland, no runs, 1 hit,
And
5 errors.
yeah, I mean, over the last 2 games for Portland, they've had 14 and 11 strikeouts. Not going to win too many games when that happens.
Yeah, that is a lot of strikeouts. But, you know, a lot that I saw tonight were on swinging third strike. So they're not just standing there taking it. They are trying to hit the ball.
And, I mean, Biddeford offensively all around was a team effort. There wasn't one single player for them that stood out to me offensively. But Biddeford definitely offensively was great team-wise, but I think the star of the game has to be Gavin Haggett, and him pitching a almost no-hitter. He let up that one hit, and
that was a good hit. It wasn't a cheap hit either. So, you know.
And it almost it threw him off just a tad bit on 2 pitches, and that prompted a mound visit. And
well, you know, and that's a good sign of a good coach, is to really recognize quickly when something just doesn't seem right after 2 pitches. And you can understand, you know, I think he really, as I said at that time, he really wanted a no-hitter. But the key thing is to, you know, win the ball game. And sometimes those individual achievements will come, and sometimes they don't. But it is a team game at the end of the day.
And he pitched a 3-walk, 1-hit game. Portland will have to go back to the drawing board after dropping their 5th in a row. Biddeford getting back in the win column. Biddeford now moves to 5-5. Portland drops to 3-7 on the season. And so we'll see how the rest of the season goes for both teams. Portland currently at the bottom of the standings. And so at the end of this one, Biddeford over Portland 9-0, saying so long. This has been a production of WPPS TV3 Portland Public Schools. Saying good night.
Thank you very much for watching. We'll catch you again.